Hello everyone, my name is Neha and today I am going to present a beautiful story from the class 7th NCERT English. The story is The Tinny Teacher. So this story is all about the one of the smallest creature on the earth, the ant, and how it teaches us some of the biggest life lessons like discipline, hard work, cleanliness and teamwork. Let's explore what makes this tiny insect such as a wise little teacher. Let's start our poem. First, here we have a question. Name the smallest insect you have seen and the wisest. Is it the fly? No, is not. Is it the mosquito? No, not the mosquito. Then it must be the worm? No, none of these. So, here the question is smallest insect we have seen and the wisest. So, this is not a fly, not a mosquito, not a worm. So, it must be the ant. It is the ant, the commonest, the smallest, but the wisest insect. So, ant is the commonest insect because we have seen ant anywhere. It is the smallest insect, smallest creature on the earth, and it is the wisest insect. Here, wisest means intelligent. It is a very intelligent. As we know, ant is very intelligent. It stores their food, and it is very disciplined. So, in this story, we will learn something valuable for us, something valuable lessons from this teeny teacher. Here, our teeny teacher is ant. The story of an ant's life sounds almost untrue. We already know the story of the life of the ant is very untrue. We even not think about it. But people have kept ants as pets and have watched their daily behavior closely. So ants like pet animals in our home because ants we can see in our home and we can closely observe them. And so we know a number of facts about this tiny, hardworking and intelligent creature. An ant uses its feelers or antenna to talk to other ants by passing messages through them. Ants have an antenna. So the ants used to talk with other ants in their community by using this antenna. So watch a row of ants moving up or down the wall. Each ant greets all the others coming from the opposite direction by touching their feelers. So as we know that ants always moves in a row, in a straight line. So ants are moving in a straight line, one line from up to down and one line from down to up on the wall. So they used to greet themselves by touching their feelers. So there are many kinds of ants. The commonest among them are the black or red ones. So there are so many types of ants we have on the earth, but most commonly we know black ants or red ants. So we have seen them since we were children but have not paid enough attention to them. We were seeing so many ants from our childhood, but the common ants are black or red ones we see mostly, but we have not paid attention to them. So here we have one more question here. Where do they live? Where do the ants live? In their comfortable homes called nests or ant hills. The ants were living their comfortable homes. We were called their homes called ant hills. So each has hundred of little rooms and passages. In some of these rooms, the queen ant lay eggs. Others are nurseries for the young ones. So they have so many rooms and passages to live, and in some rooms the queen will lay eggs. The eggs will lay eggs, and other are nurseries for the young ones. Here we call young ants called grubs. Grubs means the young ones which the queen will lay eggs. So workers have their reserved quarters. They spend most of their time searching for food, and some rooms serve as a storehouse for this food. Soldiers have separate barracks. No worker has ever tried to live in a soldier's house. Here workers has their separate rooms, and the workers always search for food, and they will store the food in some storage rooms like that. So for that for to store that food, they have some rooms for some rooms as a storage rooms also. Here the soldiers have their separate barracks. Here the no worker will try to go and live in that soldier's house. They have a separate houses each other, and no soldier has ever gone out searching for food. Soldiers will not go for searching the food and to do any works outside, and workers will manage that type of things. And no worker or soldier or cleaner have ever harmed a grub. Here I already told you that a grub means the small ants which have which are the eggs of the queen. And here the no worker or cleaner or soldier, no one will try to harm that small grubs. So you see, an ant's life is a very peaceful life. Each does its share of work intelligently and bravely, and never fight with each other within the members of the group. Here we can see that ants have a very peaceful life, and they will never fight themselves in their group, within their groups, and they will share their work intelligently and bravely. The queen is the mother of the entire population of the colony. It lives for about 15 years. It has a pair of wings, but bites them off after its wedding flight. So here the entire ant colony, the queen is the mother. So this queen lives about 15 years and it has a pair of wings, but bites them after the wedding flight. This flight takes place on a hot summer day. So the wedding of this ant will take place in a hot summer day. So the queen leaves the nest and goes out to meet a male ant. So basically here the queen leaves its nest, and the queen will go out to meet the male ant or drone high up in the air. On its return to the air, it gets rid of its wings and then does nothing but lay eggs. So after meeting that drone, which means the male ant, and after meeting that ant, it will return to the earth. In that process, it gets rid of its wings. Then it does nothing. It just lay the eggs. Eggs hatch and grubs come out. I already told you grubs means the eggs which lay by the queen. So here eggs will hatch and the grubs will come out of that eggs, and soldiers guard them, workers feed and clean them, and also carry them about daily. So eggs hatch and grubs come out, soldiers guard them, workers feed and clean them, and also carry them about daily for airing, exercise and sunshine. Here eggs will hatch and the grubs will come out from that eggs, and here soldiers will guard them, means soldiers protect them and give security to that grubs. Okay, then workers used to clean and feed them and also carry them out daily for airing, exercise and sunshine. 2 or 3 weeks later, grubs become cocoons and lie without food or activity for 3 weeks more. So after 3 weeks, the grubs become the cocoons and they lie without the food. And then the cocoons break and the perfect ants will appear. First, grubs will come out from the lay eggs, and after 3 weeks later, the grubs become the cocoons, and the cocoons lie without the food. And after the breaking of that cocoons, the perfect ants will appear to us. Okay, now it's time for teaching and training. Now the appeared ants will have to learn something about their work. So now it's time for teaching and training. Now ants learn their duty. Now ants learn their duties from old ants as workers, soldiers, builders, cleaners, etc. So now ants will work. Some ants will work the work of workers. Some ants will become the soldiers, and some ants will become the cleaners. Like they will learn something about from that training and teaching. After a few weeks training, the small ants are ready to go out into the big world of work. So after few weeks of this training, the ants are ready to go out and collect the food. The main work of these ants is to collect the food and store them. Okay. The anthill is a home not only for ants but also for some other creatures, beetles, lesser breeds of ants, and green flies. So here I already told you the ants home we will call it as a anthills. This anthill is not only a home for only ants. It also home for some other creatures also, like beetles and lesser breeds of ants and green flies. So here one more question we have: why do ants want these alien creatures to live in their nests? Here is a meaningful question we have. So for several reasons they allow them to live along with them in their ant hills. So here we know that we will see that some creatures will give off smell pleasant to the ant senses, and others will give sweet juices, and some are just like pets or playthings like cats or dogs to human. For example, for us we have some pet animals like dogs or cats. We will play with them. Like some here also the other creatures, some of them will act like a pets to them. The green fly is the ant's cow. The ants train it to give honeydew with a touch of their antenna. Here the green fly will act as a cow, so we can get milk from the cows. So same like that, here also the ants will get milk from that green fly. The ants will train that green fly by touching the to give honeydew by with a touch of their antenna. So have humans, so they milk it just as we milk the cow. Have humans, here we have another question: have humans learned as much as ants have? Perhaps they have, but they have not put their learning to good use. They may still learn a few things from this tiny teacher: hard work, sense of duty and discipline, cleanliness, care for the young ones, and above all a firm loyalty to the land where they live. So here humans have to learn so many things from this tiny teacher ant. We have learned so many things, but we will not use that learning for good use all the times. We have to learn so many things from these tiny teachers, like hard work, sense of duty and discipline, cleanliness, care for young ones, and being loyal to the land where we live. So through this story we learn that even the tiniest creature like ant can teach us great values like discipline, cleanliness, hard work, and working together as a team. It reminds us that there is so much we can learn from the nature if we can observe carefully. Thank you for watching my presentation. I hope you enjoyed the story and learned something valued from it. Have a great day.